and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, oh my god, it is part of my makeup collection, and this is my foundation collection. Now I have them all here on my desk, and I have 19 foundations, so clearly I've got a problem, and clearly I should probably throw some of these out. But if you like to see what is in people's makeup collections and what foundations they love, then this video is for you. So without further ado, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and you click that notification bell so that you stay up to date every single time I upload and you do not miss a video, because who would want that? And don't forget to follow me on social media for some other pictures, outfit inspiration, cat photos, dog stories, anything like that. Okay, let's just get right into this video. So, foundations. I love foundations. Who doesn't? So today I'm going to take you through kind of briefly all of my foundations. So you can see all of the 19 that I own and a couple quick thoughts about them. I will leave down below my top 5 foundations, so that's a separate video. I will leave that listed down below. So this video is just to see my collection and kind of all the ones that I currently own and that I don't want to throw out, or maybe some of them I do, and maybe I'll realize halfway through I want to throw out all of them. So, all right, I'm just going to start at random picking up some of these foundations. I'm overwhelmed. First, let me just start by saying I change shades all the time. My natural shade is like an NC15, NC15. I'd like to think 20, but it's like an NC15. So that's kind of like my natural shade. So if you want to compare, I'll let you know all the shade names and everything like that. Okay, the first one I have is the IT Cosmetics CC Cream Your Skin But Better. I love this. This is in the shade medium. I'm actually shade light in the winter, but they did send me shade medium, but this is definitely more of my summer shade in case you're trying to get a reference. So yeah, again, I have no self-tanner on right now, so I'm in my natural element. So a lot of these are actually too dark for me, and a lot of these I have in a couple colors and that kind of thing. So I love this. It comes with just a pump. This has SPF 50. This is perfect for every single day. I use my fingers to apply this. It is a no-nonsense, beautiful finish foundation. It gives you a ton of coverage. It's not slippery. It's not anything. It's just like perfect. So I highly recommend this one. I got 2 shades in this. This is one of my favorites. Again, watch that video that I leave down below. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This is one of my all-time favorite foundations. I love this. It is no nonsense. This is like a full coverage, a matte finish, but not like a intensely drying matte. I have like normal skin. In the summer, I'm more combination. In the winter, I'm more dry. So it's pretty normal just depending on the seasons. So, but I do work long hours sometimes in a restaurant. So I do need my makeup to last, and this is the longest lasting foundation I've ever owned. If people email me or text me and they're like, I need a long lasting foundation, I recommend this. I don't care if it's from the drugstore. So I have shade 102, which is like the shade I would be now, and then I have 103 for the summertime. To go with that, I also have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow in the shade 203. This is probably a summer shade. Probably would be a little bit dark, but this is the same foundation, just a glowing, radiant finish. I do like this. It's not as long wearing as the matte one, but it is pretty long wearing. It is a beautiful foundation. If you're looking for a nice glowing, full coverage foundation from the drugstore, I highly recommend this one. It says it lasts up to 24 hours. This one's good on like brides or anything like that if you're doing people's makeup. I'll probably wear this one more in the winter and that one more in the summer, but I do still like this. But I do only have one shade because, I don't know, I kind of always just go for like more natural looking foundations as opposed to very dewy foundations. Moving right along. The next is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Airbrush Foundation. This is like my only powder foundation, but I do like this a lot. I don't use it as much as I should. So it has a little stopper inside. This is the powder here. And so it is good for travel because the stopper does guard it. The Tarte foundations do run very yellow. I had someone at Sephora tell me that was because of the Amazonian clay that they use. The colors just have to be a bit darker. So I'm fair, light, honey in this one. So I'm never usually fair. I'm usually more light, but the colors are dark. So this is a beautiful powder foundation. It gives you just like a natural finish. It's pretty long lasting. It's not too like highlighty or anything. It's just like a neutral finish. yeah, if I'm in a rush, I'll just like put concealer on and then just like dust this all over my face, and it does wonders. So I'm going to pull this out and use this one more actually, because sometimes I don't need to like put on liquid foundation all the time. So I do like this. I'm going to just say I like all of them. Going with that, this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. Looks like this. I'm in the shade Light Medium Sand. That's definitely my summer shade. I used to wear this all the time. This is like a moussey consistency. I met a makeup artist who said this was her favorite to use on clients. It's definitely a medium to full coverage. It's got a moussey texture, so it's like a whipped feeling on your skin, so it's definitely hydrating. I like it. I just feel like it doesn't really give me as much as like the other ones do. So it's like doesn't give me the longest lasting, doesn't give me the most beautiful, gorgeous, flawless finish. So it's kind of just somewhere in between. I would say this would be better for drier skin. Might like this one better, but yeah, I never grabbed this one, probably because it's the wrong color. But it's just like a little too thick for me because of that moussey texture. I prefer like a really lightweight foundation, and this one definitely feels, you can feel it on your skin, so that's kind of the only reason. Sticking with Tarte, this is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. Looks like this. It comes with a little dropper. This one is pretty much almost done. I am in the shade Light Sand. So that one's light medium sand. This is light sand. So that's definitely like my normal shade. I love watery foundations. I don't need a lot of coverage. I'm, you know, bless the gods, I'm lucky enough in that sense. So I do like this one. I apply it with my fingers. This is great if you have like combination oily skin. I feel like for dry skin, this I don't know, it does have like, it does like finish into a, like a powdery finish on me, I find. So more for combination oily, but this gives a medium coverage. I rub it in with my fingers. It's pretty long lasting. I've used the whole bottle, so I really do love this. Again, as a thin, lightweight, no nonsense, rub it on with your fingers foundation. I do like that. One I haven't used in a while, but it used to be one of my favorites, is the Cover FX Natural Finish Oil-Free Foundation. This is a very thick foundation. A little bit goes a long way. This is very full coverage. It gives you a natural, like, radiant finish, but on me, it's definitely, like, very glowy. It gives you that natural radiance, that glow. It's very thick, very full coverage. I'm in N25. This probably looks the most flawless in photography, but it can look chunky or thick in person. So I actually don't gravitate towards this that much because I'm busy and usually I'm filming, that I'm going out, and I just want something that'll work. If you want, this is probably the most full coverage foundation that I have. So if you're looking for a full coverage, I recommend this one. But even though, yeah, it says oil-free foundation, but it does give you a very intense glow with this one. So definitely more for dry skin, not oily skin for this foundation. Next, my Natasha Denona Foundation X Full Coverage. I just stopped using this because it's too dark for me. This is shade 30 light medium. I would need probably shade 20 for right now, but if I'm self-tanned, it comes with a pump. This is a beautiful foundation. I raved about this one in the summer. This gives a very glowing, very radiant complexion. It says full coverage. I just use a tiny amount because I prefer a medium coverage anyways, but you could definitely build this up to a full coverage. If you want something for like events, this is definitely like a thicker consistency. This is going to cover everything you need to cover and give you that flawless, radiant finish. This one's great for that. So again, full coverage, glowing foundation. One of my favorite everyday ones is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Makeup. I am in the shade 2N1 Desert Beige. It's a perfect match for me. I love this. Again, I love water-based foundations. I apply this with my fingers or with my beauty blender. This gives like a light coverage. You can build it up really well if you wanted to go for a medium coverage, but if you want more like medium, like an actual medium, I would just use something else. But this is perfect for every day. Honestly, even if you use half the amount, you could get like an extra light coverage. So light, like super light to like almost medium coverage in this one. This is very long lasting. It is the double wear. It gives you just like a natural satin finish. It does have like a little bit of a powdery dry down, so kind of normal skin, combination skin would like this. I think this is just a perfect foundation like for all skin tones, just kind of depending on what, you know, base or like primer you put underneath it, but love this one. Whoo, I'm talking a mile a minute. Next one is the Giorgio Armani long wear, high cover, power fabric. And this is in the shade 4. This is actually a little bit dark for me right now. I would prefer a 3.5 in the winter. I love this. If this was so fantastic in the summer, this is like perfect. It's like, it's thin, it's lightweight, you don't even feel it, but it gives you full coverage, flawless coverage. It gives you a satin finish. There's no SPF in it, there's no flashback or anything like that. It is just like a perfect matte satin finish. It doesn't budge throughout the day. It's very long wearing. In the summer for events, I was wearing this one a lot. It is Giorgio Armani, but honestly, this is one of my favorites because, again, it's liquidy. It's not thick. It finishes to like a satin powdery finish. It gives medium to full coverage. Highly recommend this one. The loving sister of that one is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I am the shade 4, but the shades are different, as you can probably tell. Look at the bottles. This one does look darker, so the shades don't match up perfectly, but the Luminous Silk is beautiful in the winter for me, or if you have very, very, very dry skin. This is a little bit of a thicker consistency, but this one's more of a medium coverage. If you use a tiny amount, it could be like a light to medium coverage, but this is going to give you a very, very radiant effect, which is what a lot of people like. So a lot of people swear by this one because it just gives you that healthy glow without looking cakey. And again, it's more like a light medium finish for me. So kind of comparing those two just depends what you're looking for. My lowest coverage is the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. I'm in the shade medium. I love this stuff. It's just like a little, looks like a little science experiment, like a craft supply thing from Michaels. But I love this. This barely gives you any coverage. This is like extra light coverage. It's even less than a tinted moisturizer, but you do just get a tint. So it's like it evens out some redness. It evens out like some dark spots. It just kind of like gives your face an overall veil or wash of color. And then I just go in with concealer and powder. But like this on an everyday basis is all I personally need. And then I just cover up the bags under my eyes and my pimples with concealer. So if you're looking for like no coverage, this is the one. I shouldn't say no coverage, minimal coverage, then this is the one for you. Kind of in line with that, I don't reach for this one this much. This is the Ordinary Serum Foundation. I'm in the shade 1.2Y. They have the Coverage Foundation, which I actually don't really use. That's in like my makeup kit. And the Serum Foundation. The Serum Foundation, can you hear that? It's like pure water. This almost reminds me like of the Cover FX like custom enhancer drops. Like they're so watery, but this is a very, very natural glowing finish. This is very similar. This is like this one, but just with more coverage. So I just apply it with my fingers. Like one pump does your whole face. It is light coverage, but again, more coverage than this. So if you kind of just want something every day, this thing is $6. $6, and it looks beautiful. It does give you coverage. It's not like a minimum coverage. It's having like a light coverage. The coverage one has more like a medium to full, but this one's like a light coverage. It's a dewy finish. It's pretty long lasting. They have tons of colors. $6. Can't go wrong with that. Again, one of my favorite, I haven't worn this in so long because I started wearing the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude, but this was like my all-time favorite, and this is the Makeup Forever Water Blend Face and Body Foundation. As you can tell, I love watery foundations. Again, I don't like that feeling of makeup. I don't want to hug my boyfriend and have it like rub off. So on a day-to-day basis, I prefer a lighter coverage, and then if I'm having breakouts or reactions, I'll go into the fuller coverage, or if I know I'm going to a makeup event, that kind of thing. But this one is beautiful. This one's like waterproof. A little goes a long way. This is definitely a light coverage, but you can build it up. I think the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude has more coverage than this. I'm in the shade Y305, but I brought this like in the summer. This does not budge on your face. I brought this like when traveling. It's so handy because you can build it up a little bit, but it just feels so comfortable on the skin. It doesn't budge. It's so long lasting. In the summer, like when I went to Mexico, I brought this. It lasts through sweat. It lasts through heat. Love this stuff. One that is new to my collection and the one I'm wearing today is the YSL Touche Eclat. Oh my god, I traded up the YSL All Hours foundation. I didn't like that. If you have very, very oily skin, that one's for you. But this one's like a radiance. It just gives you that natural glow. It's not too dewy. I do go in with highlighter. But it just, I don't know, when I use it, it smells good. It just like feels so hydrating and like replenishing on my skin in the winter. It just feels like it wakens up my skin. It brightens my skin. It gives you a perfect glow. So yes, this is probably my most expensive one, but it's definitely worth it. A couple that I don't use that often. This one was sent to me, but it is, if you want like a minimum coverage super glowy, this is the Maestro Glow by Giorgio Armani. And this is the Nourishing Fusion Makeup by Phase Elixir with SPF 30. I have the shade 4. This is technically a foundation, but it's so glowy. Like this almost could be like a primer, like a CC primer, and then like go over with your foundation. But if you just want that glow, like in the summer, just like putting this all over your face, it's a light coverage. It gives you like the most intense glow. So like going to the beach, you'll have a light coverage, but you'll just like shine from the gods above. So I know a lot of people like this, or even just as a glowing primer underneath, maybe like a matte foundation would work as well. Almost there, guys. I have the Clinique Even Better Glow Light Reflecting Makeup with SPF 15. Looks like this. One of the first foundations I ever owned was Clinique. I have the shade WN22, which is actually way too dark for me. It says light on the website, but this is more like a medium, so definitely like head for the fair shades if you're like me. This is a beautiful foundation. This is like a medium coverage. This just feels to me like a classic like liquid foundation. It's not creamy, it's not moussey, but it's not watery. It's just like your typical liquid foundation. It does give a beautiful finish. It does dry down, so it's not like wet and glowy, but it really gives you a nice glow. If you have dry skin or if you have mature skin, I think this would really be beautiful. I need to pick it up in more colors just to be able to use it more often, but it does look beautiful. I gotta catch my breath. And the last one I own is the Jouer Luminizing Moisture Tint Sunscreen SPF 20. I have the shade Pearl. I've had this for like 3 years and I haven't even used it up. So I should probably just buy another one or throw it out and not use it ever again. But I love this. If I'm reaching for a tinted moisturizer like in the summer, I think before I got a couple other lightweight foundations, but before I got any of those, I would use this. This gives you the most beautiful glow. This is like glow machine. This is a beautiful, just tinted moisturizer, so just a tiny bit of coverage, but that sheen and that glow kind of like distracts the public from whatever else is going on in your face. And you're just like, wow, what is this like glowing goddess? So if you're looking for a tinted moisturizer, I highly recommend these. They have a matte one. I just didn't like that one. Again, I don't need like pure matte, but this one's stunning, has a gorgeous glow, and it lasts all day. I can't breathe. So that was my entire foundation collection. I hope you guys lasted through this like 20-minute video. If you did, leave a comment down below that you made it till the end. Leave some comments down below what foundations I need to get to add to my collection, or which one I should just throw out. I would love to hear from you guys. Until next time, bye.